So welcome everybody to a look at a release that I've been waiting for a very long time, especially since it's from the same director who's had two of his films so far released on 4K as well, and that is Dario Argento's Phenomena. Now we've already had from our video as well, The Cat o' Nine Tails and Deep Red on 4K, so no doubt in my mind that this is going to be just as good, especially since it's also got a really rather nice, physical extras to it, as well as the extras on the discs. And yeah, I really do like the new artwork that they've come up with. I really like the purple and the black. They really go nice together. So there's the side, and there's the back. And yeah, really do love this film. It's up there with the best of Argento as far as I'm concerned. I've never been the biggest fan of his more supernatural kind of films, so the likes of Suspiria and Inferno have never really done it all that much for me. But yeah, this, Tenebrae, Deep Red, and Cat o' Nine Tails are all well up there as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, so apart from the fact it's on 4K, you get a really nice booklet with it, again with the same kind of artwork on the back. And yeah, you've got screenshots from the film, and you've got 3 write-ups, as well as looking at the cast and the crew and about the restoration. So as you can see, so the 3 write-ups are The Poetry of the Gross Out, Argento's Phenomena by Mikhail J. Colvin. Then you got Argento, Armani, and the Fashions of Phenomena by Rachel Nisbet. Then you got Phenomena as a Key to Unlocking Opera by Leonard Jacobs. And then you've obviously got about the restoration. So yeah, this is a cracking film, to be honest. Yeah, it's got a bit of an inconsistency in some parts because it tries to juggle a few plot threads. But I think overall, Argento succeeded in bringing them all together. And he said it's his favourite of the films that he's actually made, so can't be all that bad now, can it? And yeah, it got a double-sided poster as well. One side has the new artwork on it, as you can see, which again, I really do like. I love the use of purple and black together, with then the stark white of Jennifer Connelly's character on the front there. And then, yeah, even better as far as I'm concerned, you have the Japanese version. This will go nicely on my wall that has a bunch of other Japanese posters on it, because I've got Godzilla, Judgment, Jewel, Mothra, and the Hindenburg all on the same wall in their Japanese forms. So yeah, this will go nicely on there. And then obviously you have the 4K release. So yeah, you've got a bunch of extras on here. You've got the 3 different versions that came out, because there's the 116-minute Italian version, you've got the 110-minute European version, and then you've got the 83-minute American version. Not seen the 83-minute American version, but I cannot for the life of me think that it's all that good. It was retitled Creepers, and the score was rejigged around, and some of the scenes were shuffled around as well. It just seemed like to me that they've just tried to make it more about the violence and stuff like that, and not cared at all for the characters or the plot itself. So yeah, you also get 6 art cards, all of which again feature the new artwork on the back of them. And yeah, you've got scenes from the film. So a few spoilers here maybe, but there's no major ones here. You can't really see anyone that's getting killed or anything like that. And yes, that is Donald Pleasance with a monkey. If you've seen the film, you'll know the significance of that. And there we go, 2 more. And finally, so yeah, really do like the art cards there. And then you obviously have the discs themselves. Now there's no Blu-ray of these, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, so that one has the Italian version, and then that one has the international and Creepers versions on it. So all nicely done. And yeah, you've also got a bunch of audio commentaries on here, way too much to just go through. And yeah, obviously optional English subtitles. You got the US theatrical trailer. You've got Japanese press book gallery, which is probably why we also have a Japanese version of the poster. And yeah, you got original Italian and international theatrical trailers. And yeah, they've all been done in, all 3 of the versions, by the way, are in 4K. 2160p with Dolby Vision HDR10 compatible sound. So yeah, they've really done a good job on this. And yeah, if you've not seen the film though, you'll know that it was really, if you haven't seen the film, you won't know that it's was released in 1985. Stars Jennifer Connelly, who had a minor role the year before this in Once Upon a Time in America, but she was also in The Rocketeer, Dark City, and Only the Brave. When I say talk about films that other people have been in, I'm only talking about the ones I've seen, by the way. It also stars Dario Argento, who was also in Deep Red, Suspiria, Inferno, Tenebrae, and Opera, all Dario Argento films. They're the only ones I've seen her from. And she sadly died in 2020, sadly. But it does thankfully commemorate her memory by doing that on the bottom there, which I found to be really, really sweet and really rather nice on part of our video to do that. Also stars Donald Pleasance, who was in the Halloween series. He was in the 1979 version of Dracula. He was in The Eagle Has Landed, The Monster Club, Fantastic Voyage, Prince of Darkness, Escape from New York, and probably most famously outside of the Halloween series, You Only Live Twice as Ernst Stavro Blofeld. And yeah, this is about a young girl with an amazing ability to communicate with insects, who is transferred to an exclusive Swiss boarding school where her unusual capability might help solve a string of murders. And yeah, this is an equally weird, fun, and satisfying effort. But yeah, it's done in a really good way. It's done in the way that Argento does best. It's very stylish. It's got very good cinematography. The score soundtrack is absolutely superb. You've got a couple of original songs from like some Motorhead and Iron Maiden, but you've also got stuff by Claudio Simonetti, who also was originally the keyboardist in Goblin, who also worked with Argento on other things. There's also some original Goblin stuff from Dawn of the Dead that's put into this film as well. And yeah, no, it's not the most perfect film. There's got some frustrating scenes and the pacing is a little bit off. But on the whole, it's really, really rather good. And yeah, it does stuff that you don't quite expect it to do or you want it to do, but you don't think that it's going to do. And yet it just goes with it anyway. And yeah, that just makes it a really rather satisfying experience. Jennifer Connelly, Donald Pleasance, and Dario Argento are all great, which is no real surprise really if you've seen any other films from them. Got plenty of tense scenes. There's several great kills in it. It takes what otherwise would be a typical slasher horror plot, but then puts plenty of original ideas into it. Like I said, there were several different plot threads to it, but they all come together nicely enough. And yeah, it's highly entertaining and quite unpredictable in ways as well, but like I said, in a satisfying way in that unpredictability. So yeah, a really, really fantastic release from Arrow again. It's going to sit proudly alongside The Cat o' Nine Tails and Deep Red. I do hope that they bring out other 4K versions of Dario Argento's work. Personally, I'd like to see Tenebrae get a 4K release. I know Bird with the Crystal Plumage has already had a 4K release, but I'm not quite sold on that film yet, but I might well get it if it ever reduces in price. But yeah, still, fantastic film. Again, comes with a nice hard box like the other films have, and yeah, like I said, it's going to sit proudly alongside those two other films. I just hope that it's a Tenebrae, and even maybe Opera gets a 4K release from our video at some point. So yeah, if you've seen this film, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. If you haven't, then I do highly recommend it, especially if you're into Argento and you've yet to see any of his films. But like I said, I'm more into my giallo films from Argento than his more supernatural stuff. So if you lean more to the supernatural like Inferno and Suspiria, then you might not well enjoy this as much. But if you love his giallo efforts, then you will really rather enjoy this if you've yet to see it. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.